What's good, everybody? It's your boy Batman. We got some Naruto vibes in this video, so we're going to be doing a little quick reaction to some discussions that Seth was making during his streams. He basically does like some streams, and Six likes to be in them a lot, and they do a bunch of like battle topics, and they just talk about things in general, basically. But this actually intrigued me. KCM 2 Naruto versus joining Minato. Now, I already have my thoughts and my stance. So I'm curious to see how they're going to approach this. And we're basically going to go from there and just kind of react to it and analyze that. It'll be very brief, very short, nothing too crazy. And then we're going to move on to the actual main topic of the video, which we'll get to that right after this portion. So, hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be tons of Naruto vibes, tons of cool stuff to kind of talk about and get into on this video. And other than that, that'll basically be that. And then, when you guys get into the next Naruto vid, that one's going to be pretty cool and interesting. That will be coming out soon. And then the following Naruto video, that's actually going to be one of my own, something that it's not going to be like a reaction or anything else related to anyone else's content. And basically that's going to be something that I'm going to do on my end. It's going to be strictly about Obito Uchiha. Basically, I'm going to be doing a video of like how powerful he is, gauging him, my personal preferences of the character, and basically where he kind of like caps at, like all versions of him and stuff like that. So it's going to be a very in-depth video. It's going to be a pretty cool video. I'm going to hopefully not make it too long. At first, the video title was going to be for him for that Obito is overrated, because I was actually getting really pissed off with a lot of ignorance that people have with the character Obito. Like, I'm going to be real with you, there's a lot of Obito tards. And I'm going to say this right now. Obito has probably one of the best drip out of most characters. Really badass, really amazing character, great story, great writing, etc. Very powerful in his own right. But there's some people that really, really like wank this motherfucker to like some crazy extremes, or like overhype him, or basically make it seem like he's like some invincible fucking god. And it's very, very interesting. And it just gets to a point where it's just pure ignorance, in my opinion, especially when there's either contradicting evidence or literally anti-feats to support the otherwise of what people are stating. And not only that, I'm not trying to make any shots to Seth, Swag, or Six, or anyone else that's out there with the same mentality. But, there's people that are even be coming out with the same energy of saying that Obito fucking smacks Itachi, fucking can smack Pain and shit, and yada yada. Like, and I'm talking about Orange Mask Obito or Yellow. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. In my I've had some videos on this, like not in full, but like I have had Itachi and Obito versus video, and I feel like I still need to make like a shorter version of that, just to show like all the feats, all the scans, all the evidence of why Itachi would fucking body his ass. You know what I mean? Could Obito potentially pull the W? Maybe, but it's very unlikely. Itachi can basically counter everything he has. Dead ass. And there's literally evidence for it. And they're basically within the same fucking ballpark. Plenty of narrative evidence and, statements, you name it, of Obito basically being cautious and afraid of Itachi, and kind of, holding his own ground against him, and just kind of not really doing shit, and being very, like, oh, fuck, Like, Kishimoto has tons of those stances, like, you name it, like, there's just so much. And then you have a character like Pain, who's even more powerful, the Rinnegan hacks abilities, the link vision, multiple fucking people, which is also something Obito's not very good with dealing with when he has to fight against multiple people. That's actually consistently a showing of what one of his weaknesses is struggling with fighting against multiple people. You know what I mean? So, like, overall, I'm not really going to get fully into it, but what I will say for now is that's going to be one of my main videos that it's going to be coming out. It's going to be basically discussing Obito, gauging how powerful he is, of basically me alone, where he stands, all versions of him. Well, I'll be doing Yellow Mask and Orange Mask Obito. I'm not really going to get into Kid Obito. I think it's kind of silly. It's not really too interesting, in my opinion, to go that route. But yeah, we're going to be discussing, basically the Obito from when he awakens his MS with Zetsu, and then to Yellow Mask and to Orange Mask. I will probably do a Rinnegan Obito, of what I think of him, where he stands out and how powerful he is, because that's when I really feel like Obito gets into the really dangerous territory, and he just becomes like fucking goated. But when he's Orange Mask and Yellow, that's a whole other ball game. And like I said, the video will come out eventually. I'll get into more depth and details of it, providing the scans and evidence and whatnot, talking over with those. This way you guys are kind of able to see where I'm coming from, my stances, my mentality of it, and who knows, maybe I could even change some minds, or give people a bigger, broader understanding of, like, at the end of the day, even though he is built pretty strong and whatnot, and he's a awesome character, he's not invincible, you know. So we'll just kind of leave it at that, though. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna dive into it, and then we'll get to the main portion of the video. So let's do it. Peace.
And then he's like, "No, we're over." Man, the Timebreakers from Dragon Ball Ivy's True Organization 13. Oh, versus True Organization 13. It's a good battle. I think the Timebreakers probably win. Yeah, the Timebreakers should probably win. At least in terms of just like raw scaling. But maybe Organization 13 might have some hacks. But yeah, Timebreakers probably stomp Organization 13.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Yeah.
Creating. I'm gonna take a piss.
Base Minato versus KCM2 Naruto.
Here we go. About fucking time.
Kurama says KCM2 Naruto, at least the stronger one, is stronger than Minato and Kushina could ever dream of being.
Yeah. Delta.
I don't really remember
Genos.
that statement. What's it called? And to be honest with you, like fucking, that could just be. I think what that, if that was statement was even a thing, 'cause that does sound familiar. But I think what that was even basically consisting of was like kind of Kurama like kind of talking his shit to Minato. And kind of saying like, oh yeah, Naruto's pretty goated, blah blah, like he's more than you could ever, you know what I mean, yada yada. Kind of just talking his shit, if you feel me. Not really like being like dead on serious. Oh yeah, this motherfucker is, you know, like. So I don't know about all that, but you know, I'm hoping they look into it a little bit more and kind of elaborate, because if that's all they really got, then that's really fucking stupid.
Delta. Any popular money making trend is cringe, oversaturated by time of publish. True that, man. Seth, Garu or Deku?
Wow, they really said like one type of response, and that's it. Okay, so here's my small little mini take on that. And you know, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I did do a KCM Naruto versus KCM Minato video. Eventually I can do a video of like Naruto versus Minato, all versions. Like fuck it, why not? You know, it'd be pretty cool. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like, I'm gonna be really like dead ass like up front. Like, if we're talking about KCM2 Naruto, now obviously there's two versions. Well, three actually. You have KCM2 Naruto, then KCM2 Naruto with Sage Mode stacked, and then you have 6 Paths as well. 6 Paths, come on now. We're not even fucking talking about that. What's it called? And then you have, we'll talk about the KCM2 first. So, mind you, in order for me to really, really give you guys a great answer, I need to like go back to the manga or the anime or whatever and look through it one more time. You know what I mean? Because the only thing that we really have with joining Minato is like the whole Kakashi story and all that with Obito and Ren when they're kids during like the whole war. And then also like there was even other moments in the anime where it kind of shows him. And then they also had what's it called? And then the Raikage moment. That's basically, from what I remember, I believe that's the only showings we've ever had of joining Minato, and everything else is more like with like statements and so on and so forth, you know? And that's about it. And then not only that, we don't even know if Minato even knows Sage Mode at that point either. We have no idea. I don't think there was anything to even indicate that it was even remotely a thing as when he was a Jonin, because the only thing that was really hyped up a lot was just the Yellow Flash, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then even during the war, he said he doesn't really prefer to use it and blah, blah, because he's not that great or whatever, and yada, yada, and you know what I mean? It wasn't really a go-to thing that he would do. Like, come on now. Like, he didn't even go to Sage Mode when he was fighting against Obito, you know? Or the Nine Tails attack. So, overall, that's kind of all the showings that we have. And then you eventually get, you know, the Hokage time skip where he's Hokage, more stronger, and etc. He's fighting against the Nine Tails, Obito, and all that. And at that point, you can imply that he most definitely knows Sage Mode, because when he comes back as a fucking Edo, like, he eventually uses perfect Sage Mode. So, you know what I mean? Like, so it's fair to apply there, but as a Jonin, we don't know. But even if I were to give Minato the benefit of the doubt to do Sage Mode as well, as a Jonin, that's a whole other can of worms that I'm not really going to get into. But what I will say for now for this is something you guys have to realize, okay? With KCM Naruto, The problem with KCM2 Naruto is literally he gets a massive power amp. Like when we talk about the KCM1 Naruto, that version of Naruto was heavily emphasized as basically being on par with Minato as a yellow flash as a Jonin, and basically like just constantly like advocated from other characters all the time. And then when Naruto unlocks KCM2, okay, he gets like a whole new look. It's similar to like fourth Okage Minato. You know what I mean? Everything kind of changes around, and then bam, like he's just massively more powerful, and he has like a final form, like the Kurama, the big ass, like thing, whatever. And basically he bodies like all the fucking tail beast all at once, and like just his tail beast bomb is fucking beating like all the other five tail beasts combining all their chakra for a tail beast bomb, and it stalemates. Like this motherfucker is insanely powerful. Okay, insane. So what I will say, at the very least, KCM2 Naruto is a massive amp in power and speed, you know what I mean, and even transformation. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, like the whole time Kishimoto is doing narrative like comparisons and implications that Yellow Flash is mainly on par with just KCM1 Naruto, and it gets to the point where you gotta think about it. Like he gets his next power up, so now he's more powerful, more faster, right? And there's even feats for that as well, where he's over here fucking blitzing Rinnegan, Madara, and Obito at the same fucking time whenever he teleports, like doing some crazy ass feats, teleporting and smacking away big ass fucking tail beast bombs. Like, you know what I mean? Like come on, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Yellow Flash Minato as a Jonin is not smacking away fucking 5 big ass tail beast bombs just with his arms. Like with his arms, or what? It was either he did it with his arms or he did it like as like chakra tails or something. I can't remember, but it was just him like in his regular body form, like what you see on the screen. He wasn't even in his Kurama avatar. He basically just teleported, moved so fast, and smacked him away like that. And I'm being real with you guys. Come on, the Jonin Minato, he ain't doing that. The only way he could be able to even remotely maybe replicate a feat like that as a Jonin is if he did the transportation technique where like he'd have to do the kunai out and it hit that fucking space-time barrier and then he can teleport that out. You know what I mean? And could you argue that he could probably be able to do that? Maybe, you know what I mean? Whatever. I'm not really going to get into that either. But he's not doing that with his fucking body. You know what I mean? Like, come on, And even if fucking he had Sage Mode isn't a massive enough amp to fucking let you smack that shit with your body either. Like, that just ain't fucking happening. Like, if I'm being real, Naruto is probably the only character that I know of so far that was able to smack away tail beast bombs without a Sasano, without wood style, you know what I mean, or any other fucking additional help, period. He just did it with his chakra form alone. That is insane. You know what I mean? So, overall, like, so you have that. And then you have, like, all the fucking chakra feats that KCM2 Naruto has. The massive amount of chakra he was sharing with everyone and amping everyone. You know what I mean? Like, it was just fucking insane. Like, he was just doing crazy ass shit. Like, this Naruto, he's just built different. You know what I mean? Like, you would really, really have to wank Jonin Minato in order to even remotely give him any fucking form of a chance. Okay? And then not only that, you know what I mean? Like, let's say for some reason we gave Minato Sage Mode, right? I'm not going to get into the specifics or like the amount of what the amp could be and what now he could be able to do and all that, because once again that requires further research, and I want to make sure when I'm really elaborating or really giving my actual thoughts on something is because I actually looked at all the info and I can finally give you a conclusion. So I'm not going to get into all that, but what I will say is, yes, it'll be a massive amp and it can make him faster, it can make him stronger, it can make him more durable and shit. But the problem is we can't really quantify what that amount can be. That's the issue. We have an idea with Hokage Minato, but we don't really know with Yellow Flash Minato. That's the problem. So if I'm going based off feats from Hokage Minato, which is a totally different version and stronger version of the character, but regardless, if I'm going off that, I can kind of get a ballpark or an idea of what he might be able to do. you know. But and so what we can at least know is, yeah, he's gonna have fucking powerful, big ass, massive Raisengans, or more powerful, basic Raisengans. You know what I mean? That are big, mind you. Like you're talking about Minato that could rival the power of a fucking incomplete Raisen Shuriken, which is insane. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, so imagine with Sage Mode, like he's massively more powerful, faster, can hit harder. You know, so what I will say is if Sage Mode Naruto was able to like keep up with like Raikage level opponents and those teleportation level of speed, you know what I mean? And that's him just in Sage Mode as a fucking shadow clone. If we have Minato with his, you know, teleportation and Sage Mode as well, I feel like he could be able to like hold his ground for a good bit. You know what I mean? Maybe dodge some hits, whatever, because of the sensory and the, you know, the precog basically and whatnot, and him being just amped. But he's still gonna get overwhelmed and he's just gonna be fucked. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see any remote way of him being able to severely damage KCM2 Naruto or just fuck him. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see it. The only like W you can possibly give is if for some reason Naruto just was pulling a fucking Naruto and fucked up, you know, and if Minato's able to do like a seal jutsu, something pretty massive with his Sage, you know, Sage Mode, which also would increase and amp his sealing abilities. So if he's able to like touch him or whatever and get like a sealing jutsu going and take away, you know what I mean, his KCM power and go from there, then yeah, at that point you can most definitely say Minato's getting the W. But that's if he's able to land a sealing technique on KCM2 Naruto. And that's just that. So Naruto 9 times out of 10 is taking that shit with low, maybe medium difficulty. Okay? And that's about it. And the only win con I could remotely see Minato even doing, and I remind you, in my opinion, he would need Sage Mode as well. And I'm gonna be real with you, if we're talking about a bloodlusted Naruto in KCM2, like, Naruto ain't gonna just let him get fucking Sage Mode. Like, it's gonna take a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he can just do it. And that's if he even has it, which I highly doubt he does. But, so, just putting that in mind. But let's say if we gave Minato Sage Mode as well during as a Yellow Flash, you know what I mean? The only way I could see Minato pulling a W, and it's gonna be with high difficulty, is landing a sealing technique. That's it. It's the only fucking way. There's no, you know what I mean? So it's just that. But like I said, KCM2 Naruto more than likely definitely wins that no matter fucking what. And then we have KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto. Come on, bro. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? You're talking about a guy that was fucking going at it and throwing hands with Jubito, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and fucking just he's already a beast in KCM2, where even Hashirama had a statement like, this guy almost has as much chakra as me. And yes, he was referring to his Edo state, or maybe that can be, you know, him referring to him as alive too, whatever, but we can just imply that it was towards his Edo. That's still very fucking impressive and insane. Hashirama has a fucking shit ton of chakra. So like, now I give this guy fucking Sage Mode. More powerful, more faster, more fucking durable. You know, like, Minato ain't fucking taking on Sage Mode KCM2 Naruto. That just is not fucking happening. Like, there's just no way, bro. There's no way. That's not even to even talk about. And and come on, if you guys really even think 6th pass Naruto would have a tough time with joning Minato, like, what the fuck we doing, bro? You know what I mean? So that's my stance. You guys let me know what you think. Like I said, eventually I will have a video of like Naruto versus Minato, all forms, and I'll do that and have my own take on that for you guys. That'll be more elaborated, more information, more like feats being discussed or scans and statements and you name it, to really give you guys more of an idea of basically where the characters stand and when Naruto's surpassing, when Minato is and whatnot. And that'll be that. But for now, this is basically where I'm at with that. And a little disappointed. I expected Seth and Six to kind of elaborate a little bit more further on that, but it was just like a one little fucking response, which is pretty gay. But anyway, so let me know what you guys think on that. We're going to be moving on to the next topic. So let's go on over and appreciate you and see you in the next thing. Peace. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so basically where we're at, so this video, I came across this video, right? And it just came up like as a recommended, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, that's actually pretty fucking cool. So the title is Drawing All HOKAGE into the 6th Path of Pain, you know what I mean, Akatsuki. And I'll be real with you guys, just thinking on that as a concept, like the Okages as paths of pains. Do you know how fucking cool that would be to actually see that as like a what if scenario? Like, just imagine, like if Obito or even Madara or Nagato just fucking had all the Okages just as like paths of pains. Like, you know how fucking crazy that would be? Like, that'd just be so fucking cool, bro. Like, so like, obviously for the paths of pains, you can only have six. So, it'd be Hashirama, it'd be Minato, it'd be Tobirama, it'd be fucking the third Okage. And then for the fifth, you could do what's good? You can do Tsunade, and then and then you can do Kakashi, and that's fine too. Obviously, Kakashi's kind of going to be the most goated because it's Boruto scaling at that point, so he just would be insane. But to make it, I guess that's fine too. Like, what if it's Boruto or not, or end of Shippuden Kakashi? But overall, like fucking just the concept of it, of just like them even being paths of pains, is just in fucking insane. Like, just imagine that. Like, that shit is crazy. And then like, not only that, here's my question to you guys, and let me know what you think in the comments. What Hokage should have what path of power? If you get, I don't know if you know what I mean by that. So what I mean, like, for instance, as one example, who do you think, like, which Hokage should have, like, Tendo's power? Which Hokage should have the soul snatching power and the summoning? You know what I mean? Like, out of all those Hokages I just listed, and let's say they pulled up as a team with either Nagato or Obito or Madara, right? Who do you think would be the best with each ability? Because I'm going to be real with you guys. If I even had to freaking, like, really think upon that, to be honest, like, the first thing I'll think of on my end is, like, what Hokage would be goated for Tendo power. And obviously, you guys got to remember this. The more chakra you input into Tendo, the more powerful it's going to be. And, and so on and so forth. And yes, the drawback can be even more worse. But, you know what I mean? You got to remember, too, is doesn't mean they have to do, like, a chaotic Shinra Tensei, or whatever. Like, they can just basically just add more chakra for a regular Shinra Tensei, because since they have more chakra, it can just be naturally more stronger and be on the same level as a chaotic Shinra Tensei, even though it's just a normal, if you get what I'm saying. So, out of all the characters, who would you want to do? And I'm going to be real with you. I'd say either Kakashi or Hashirama. But I'm gonna say this. I think actually, now really thinking about it, I think Kakashi would be the best fit. And the reason why is because, remember, Kakashi's whole thing is his Raikiri, right? His, that's like his signature go-to move, or eventually the creation of Purple Lightning, that I do know. So imagine him being able to pull objects towards him, and he just Raikiri, you know what I mean? Just fucking Raikiri in these motherfuckers, Or anything that comes at him or whatever, he can just Shinra Tensei, blast it away, and still be aka the GOAT Kakashi. So I feel like Kakashi, you know what I mean? Like, would be really fucking goated with Shinra Tensei and Almighty Push and Chaotic, Tensei, or Shibaku Tensei. I think that would be really fucking cool. It would be like Kakashi. That's just me. And before I go any more further of, like, discussing, like, fucking who should have what else next, I'm going to show you him drawing them. And then once they're finally complete, I'll finally conclude and say which one should have what. And then basically just give a bare minimum of me gauging of how fucking broken they would be as paths of pains. And just a tiny bit of how the story would more likely progress, or kind of how to do it. Gave some, like, scenarios or what ifs and whatnot. And then that would be just that. Like, I was thinking of eventually making this a full-on video and, like, going way more deeper into it. But since this is, like, a hypothetical and, like, something we were... excuse me, something that we more than likely would never ever get to see, but we can only just be able to use our mind and our intelligence and work with what everything we've seen in so far of how powerful they would be as passive pains, like that'd basically just be that. So I was gonna do a video, but I'd rather just cover it in this. And instead, what I can do is, for some really cool video topics to do of my own, I was thinking of, out of all Ninja and Naruto Shippuden, who would be the most broken paths of pains as, like, a team, as a combination. And then I don't really want to get into the Boruto side of things because, come on, it's fucking Boruto scaling. You know, so I just want to stick to mainly Shippuden. I think that would be really cool to discuss and talk about. What would be the most broken paths of teams? Um, and then other than that, what's it called? Another thing, what that would be cool is to do. There was one more, like I think it was one more crazy topic that came to my mind that I was thinking of. Um, damn, I can't even remember. But that was one of them. Like, what would be the most broken fucking team to have as past the Paytons by your side? Like, out of all Ninja, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be so cool to even think about. You know what I mean? It's for me at the very least, you know. So, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna watch this guy, and it's pretty cool. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. Oh, and another thing, make sure to give this guy a sub too. If you enjoy his content and his videos, make sure to check him out. Give him a sub, like his videos, you name it. He fucking deserves it. He's a goat at fucking drawing and all this shit, and just the concepts of this stuff. It blew my mind. It was really, really cool to fucking even contemplate about. So definitely check our boy out. He's called Wis Nonsatera Art, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry if I butchered that. It's about 205,000 subs. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, just check your boy out and give him the support he needs. I'll make sure to put his YouTube channel in the link in the description down below too. Look at that. I'm pretty sure you guys can assume who he's doing right now. That's pretty cool. I like that. Hey. That's pretty cool. I love that song. It's so hype when you like see it in Naruto too, and it's just popping off. Like anytime I ever heard this song in Naruto, that's when you know shit was popping off, bro. You know what I mean? Like you just hear the dun 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 dun, dun and then the shit's just going. You know what I mean? It's just crazy and it's lit. Ooh, look at that boy. Look at that boy Hashirama. That's Hashirama, right? Am I crazy? Yep, where's the HOKAGE? Ooh, that man would be so powerful, bro. Hey, you know who that is? Ya boy, Toby Rama, a.k.a. Squirtle. I'm gonna call him Squirtle to this day. Now thinking about it, guys, you might think this is like a stretch. It's kind of a little off topic. Do you even remotely think there is any form of like genetic like relation or like relationship between Tobirama, Jiraiya, and Kakashi? Because you know how like they're like the only fucking characters with white hair. Isn't that a little weird? I mean, like, do you think there was anything like connected through that family tree or something? I don't fucking know. That's a stretch. That's something that I thought of, but we're gonna fast forward that. Wow, that's pretty cool. He looks cool, bro. I like that. Come on now, that's pretty badass. The amount, even though we be getting on the second Hokage's ass, Tobirama, and talking our shit, but come on, he looks pretty lit there. He looks fucking cool. Alright, we're gonna fast forward here. Go back. Wow. Hiruzen looks fucking weird, bro. That man looks creepy as shit. Oh my god. Imagine. Hey, your boy Kakashi. Is it me or did he look like Kakasu for one moment? Let me go back. Hang on. Watch. I swear he looks like Hawkins. Oh wait, that's Minato. My bad. Woo! Imagine Minato as a Path of Pain, bro. Ah. Like, that would be fucking... That'd be so crazy. That'd be so scary, bro. Shit. Now, really thinking about it, fucking, do you think Minato would be the best with Tendo? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, actually, I thought of something. I'm gonna have to still think about it, but don't worry, we'll get there. Woo! Damn. That's pretty fire, bro. Yo, imagine that, bro. Imagine. Imagine Naruto, like, just seeing, like, his dad as, or the fourth Hokage as a path of pain, and he has to fight against him. Like, bro, what the fuck you do, bro? Okay, this is Tsunade.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough.
Let me go here. She looks pretty cool.
Maybe you could fake it, but you never got.
Pretty lit.
You believe that. And I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others, and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore. I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south.
Damn. Yo, look how fucking crazy. Nah, come on, bro. Come on, we gotta give credit when it's due, bro. Kakashi definitely has it in the bag. That man looks fucking goated as a path of pain. Scary as fuck, bro. Look at that shit. Damn.
There's no way that you make it.
Oh, he's doing Naruto too.
But you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?
Damn. That man looks mean. Woo. Look at that. Come on now. No, go back. Fuck. Pause it right there. Come on now. Come on now. Woo! Fire right there, bro. Amazing. That right there is just, don't get any better than that. Come on now. First Hokage, second, third, fourth. Hey, you gotta give credit when it's due, man. And I already gave him a like, so. Come on, bro. That shit was pretty fucking badass. That was pretty fucking badass. But hey, we'll leave it there for now. So, here's my thoughts, okay? And I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible because I don't want this video to be too long. So out of all the Hokages, so this would be with the 6 passive pains. We're taking out Tsunade. Fuck Tsunade, okay? So what we're gonna do is we'll have, you know, all the rest of them. So it'll be basically Hashirama, Tobirama, Minato, third, what's it called? Naruto, Kakashi. Okay, those will be the passive pains. And out of all of them, okay, this is what I'm thinking. So, you know, obviously Tendo or Minato as Tendo Pain would be fucking insanely powerful. Like, come on now, that'd be really fucking cool. Imagine like flying, Raijin, teleportation, you know, sealing. The Rasengan, Sage Mode, you name it. Better if you want to even give him fucking Kurama as well. Great, fuck it, you know. But imagine that, and that level of power, that should be insane. Being fucking insane. And him having, like, you know, the pull, you know what I mean? And then fucking, you know, all that. That'd be really cool, right? But think bigger than that. You know what I mean? Think bigger. Who would it really, really benefit for Shinra Tensei, Chibaku Tensei, and Universal Pool? And in my opinion, and this is what I would really strongly say, like out of all of them, you got Hash, you got Toby. I think who would actually really benefit the most would be Kakashi. I feel like it just fit his style the best. You know what I mean? With Raikiri, because he has Rinnegan, so like he can be able to take care of obviously one of the weaknesses, which is like him having a lot of blind spots and not really being able to see what's going on or how to counter perfectly. He'll be able to do that because of the Link Vision and the Rinnegan, so that's not an issue either. But him being able to pull people towards him or blast them away just in case while he's using Raikiri, that's just fucking insane. You know what I mean? Like, that's just insane. And then, and then him having Chibaku Tensei, like, that's a fucking goated, insanely powerful jutsu. Like, the guy would be built different. You know what I mean? So I think Kakashi would definitely have to have Tendo power. That's just me. If you guys disagree and you think someone else would be more powerful or better with it, whatever. Because obviously, if we're talking about Minato or Naruto, or especially Hashirama, like they're gonna have more chakra, and the more chakra you have, the more powerful your jutsus are gonna be. So yes, technically, in that side of argument wise, like Tendo would be better, So if we had to pick, technically, we can either say Naruto or Hashirama then at that point, or Minato, because those three people have a crap ton amount of fucking chakra. But if we're being real, who would benefit the most and the most deadly, especially for also teamwork, I would say Kakashi. That's just me. So for the next one, we're going to talk about Hashirama and what power he would have. So now we still have the robotic path of pain. I think it's called the Ashura path of pain, where, make his whole fucking body robotic, shoot missiles, laser beams, blades, all kinds of fucking shit, right? And crazy strong, powerful. So out of all of them to have that, in my opinion, I would say... I'd say... I'm thinking. Hang on. Bear with me. You know what? I think for the robotic one, it would be trying to make sure. Trying to really think on this one. I think for the robotic one, the best one to actually do for that would actually be for Naruto. I'll say that. And the reason why is because Naruto, he's already as powerful as it is, okay? If we give him more summons or whatever, cool, whatever. But if we give him, you know what I mean? And then if we give him, like, soul snatching, whatever, that's cool too, whatever. But think bigger than that. Imagine this motherfucker with Kurama, with Sage Mode, Shadow Clones, all that, Rising Shuriken, you know what I mean? You name it. So he has all these crazy abilities and speed and power, right? And then make him a fucking, like, a cyborg at the same time. Like, that motherfucker would be a cyborg fucking Naruto. That man would be insane, bro. His lasers, all that shit being enhanced with Kurama and everything. He'd be a fucking beast. Like, just imagine, like, a fucking path of pain of Naruto and just goes into Kurama form or his avatar and then, like, it's all robotic and everything. Like, that would just be so fucking badass, bro. So either give it to, give it to him, or you can give it to Minato, but I have something more in store for Minato. So, but that's what I'd give for the robotic, okay? And he'd be a beast. He'd be a fucking beast, okay? Then you have for Hashirama, that I think for out of all the abilities, I would say the soul snatching. Now, hear me out. Because the soul snatching, I was either going to be thinking of Minato or Hashirama. Because remember, with Minato being able to, like, teleport, flying Raijin and all that, sealing Jutsu and except that'd be pretty cool, right? He can snatch souls out too. But think of this. If Minato can already just touch people and fucking instant KO them by sealing them or whatever, or hitting them with an ability, why give him another one-shot ability? You know what I mean? Like, so instead, I was thinking of Hashirama, because Hashirama, he's a fucking beast. You know what I mean? Like, he's very fucking powerful. Massive amount of chakra. You know what I mean? Like, very fucking strong, crazy stamina, you name it, Sage Mode, Wood Style. So he's a beast, right? So then give him Soul Snatching. So you know how, like, his Wood Style can, like, fucking absorb chakra and kind of fuck you that way? you know, so he can already like absorb chakra and shit. So think of like this, to where basically, you know, fucking now what he can do is he can already absorb chakra and all that shit with his wood style and everything and restrain you and etc. and be very fucking powerful. But then give him soul snatching to where like if his wood style is touching you or restraining you, it can just rip out your fucking soul. Kind of similar to like the dragon that Nagato used. You know what I mean? The spirit dragon that just if it touched you, your soul got gone. You know what I mean? When he did it with the ghetto statue. Imagine that, but it's Hashirama's wood style, which come on now, that would be very, very much more possible to do, incorporating it with his wood style, you know, or better yet, using his wood style to grab them, whatever, and then just take out their soul. Like, come on, bro. I really feel like Hashirama would be perfect for that path ability, so I think we want to give that to him. Tobirama, this is what I'm thinking, because now all that we have left is the summoning path, the absorbing path, and the reviving path, okay? So this is what I will say. For Tobirama, I think he should be the reviving path. And hear me out. You know how Tobirama has Edo Tensei, right? So he can be able to utilize Edo Tensei still. You know, he can teleport, you know, and all that, whatnot. Then give him the reviving ability, because mind you, if he can be able to teleport and shit, you know, and all that, and make markers and shit, he can just basically be the GOAT, okay? To where for some reason, if any of the passive pains were to get brought down in a fight or lose, he could just teleport them away, you know what I mean? Because he could place his marks and shit or whatever, you know, and basically also combine like marking combo attacks with Minato and shit too, along with the other HOKAGE, and literally like fucking just be a beast, you know what I mean? And just be able to bring them back, or he can be away from the battlefield, you know what I mean? And then teleport, you know, them. Like, he could just be a huge, huge fucking player for support, basically, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like he'd do really well in that type of aspect. And with Edo summonings, to summon whoever he wants, Tobirama would be fucking goated like that. So I think that would be best fitted for him in that nature. And that's just me. Then for the summoning ability, okay, I'd give that to, you know what? I was thinking. So I'd give Hiruzen the absorbing chakra ability. Okay, so think because you can either give him the summonings or you can give him this absorbing, and I think the absorbing would actually be more better for him. What's it called? And the main reason why is because literally the way I see it, to be honest with you, is fucking, you know, like with him, you can give him the absorbing because he can do all ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, whatever. Then he has like a summoning pole staff and the monkey. That's really cool. But then imagine him being able to have absorbing abilities. Like imagine his fucking staff, like whatever it touches or hits, could have just absorbed ninjutsu. Like that shit would be insane, bro. Just imagine that. You know what I mean? So like I think he would be really cool. You could give him summoning too if you want, whatever. But I think he already has a summon, so why really do that, right? You know. So we'll do that. And then obviously the last one would be the summonings, and that would be basically with Minato. Minato already has teleportation, crazy AP, summoning, sage mode, Kurama, sealing techniques, you know what I mean, marking, and all that. So like, not only, you know what I mean, like he's already a fucking beast. And then for him to be able to keep summoning things, or summon his teammates if need be whenever he teleports, you know what I mean? So even if he doesn't have them marked, you know, whatever, he can still summon them and shit. Like, he'd just be more of a fucking beast in that nature, you know what I mean? And he'd just be crazy. Like, just imagine him, like, with Gamabunta and then also with fucking, you know, like, with, like, the dog summon and all this other shit, and he's just going, you know what I mean? Doing his fucking thing. Like, that'd just be so fucking cool, you know? So, like, that's basically my take of what the passive pain should be, and for the abilities, if the HOKAGE were the passive pains. And let me know what you guys think. Who do you think should have what ability? How fucking you think they'd be pretty fucking powerful and broken? Like, how strong do you think they would be? You know what I mean? Like, fucking, like, shit. Like, better yet, I might actually do a video, because I don't want this video to be any more longer. I might actually do a separate video of me discussing, like, how powerful they would be, and basically, like, who could even be able to fuck with them at that point, if that's even remotely possible. Because this is a pretty fucking strong team, you know? Like, it's pretty fucking strong, you know what I mean? So obviously if we're going to like the really, really big boys and stuff like that, then, you know, that could be a little bit more contentious, you know, and you could probably be able to find some people that can still beat them. But, overall, it's a pretty strong setup, bro. Pretty strong, especially with the paths that I did for their abilities too. And another thing to not forget, guys, remember like the combination and teleportation that Tobirama and Minato were doing, and how they were kind of doing that with Naruto and Sasuke with the like Automatarasu Rising Shuriken. Imagine them doing that type of shit like with all these Hokages and with their abilities, and you know what I mean? Like it would just be insane. It'd just be fucking insane, bro. It really would be fucking crazy what they could be able to do. So overall, that's basically my take. I think that would be the most goated setup. Eventually, I am going to go over the Uchihas as passive pains, but I'm not going to get into that yet. That'll be a whole other thing, and I'll explain why I'm a little bit iffy on that, or what I will do. But other than that, that's going to basically be it for here. I'm going to do another video on this topic, basically, and what I'll do is, I'll kind of discuss like what if scenarios or what can happen and kind of where I think the story would go, and then I'll even go into like kind of a little briefly of how powerful they would be, and then also like who could even be able to maybe even have a chance of beating them or whatever, whatever. So it'd be a really cool, interesting video to get into. But for now, we're gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to get a lot of Naruto vibes in, a lot of good discussions, a lot of cool things to kind of think and contemplate about. And I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If not, I apologize. If you did, great. And once again, let me know anything you guys think or anything you want to discuss, anything that came to mind, anything that I said that really made you start thinking and pondering about stuff, and basically what your take is. I'm always checking my comments, always looking at everything. So that'll be it for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. Subscribe if you guys are a Naruto fan, especially. And if you enjoy the channel, as always, I'll see you in the next video.